Hello and welcome. Can everybody hear me okay? Hello, Drizzle. Welcome, Eric. Hey, I just want to make sure that you can hear me okay before we get started. Hey, Eric, can you hear me? Do you also hear music in the background? Can you also hear music? Is the music a little loud compared to my voice? Should I turn it down a little? Hello, Jimmy. Welcome. It's very quiet, so maybe I should turn the music up a little bit. On my end, it's very loud. How about that, Eric? Is that better? Repost Warrior, welcome. Hey, well, we're playing it right now. If you would like to stick around and join us. I wanted to compliment the audio, Eric, but not overpower it so you can't hear me. I'd like you to be able to hear me pretty well, but I'd like you to be able to hear the music. Hey, Corey. Welcome, Corey. I haven't seen you in forever. We're just about to start part 2 of Promises to Keep. Or part 2 as far as Storytime with Phase goes. Oh. Eric, you never answered me about the sound. Zorro Snow Fox, welcome. Hey, Zorro, there's actually a Snow Fox in this show. You said, how loud do you want it? And then I said, loud enough that you can hear it in the background and that it complements the story. Oh, you said down just a tad. How's that, Eric? Back to you, Corey. Boop, 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 boop. you going to stick around and listen to the story, Corey? Perfecto. I appreciate you, Eric. Thank you. I did the testing. It's so funny how that works. Is like I tested it before we even started the live, but the way that I hear it at my end from a recording, it doesn't. Apparently, it doesn't sound the same to you guys. So, thank you, Eric, so much. Next, okay. Hey, maybe we'll play that one next after this. We've got probably like. I'm not gonna lie, this is probably gonna last us like 3 weeks at the pace that I'm going through it at the moment. We might pick up the pace though. But just to give you guys a bit of a heads up, I am fighting a little bit of the sniffles and a bit of a sore throat. So my narrating performance might sound a little off today. I just ask that you be kind and give me the leeway. I am fighting a little something. But alrighty, let's go ahead. You know what? Let's go ahead and get started here. Bah. Hello, Ghosty. Welcome. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Storytime with Faze. Today we are continuing through the story Promises to Keep. So this is part 2. Thank you for joining us. Let's continue. Well, we just kind of lost touch after a while. And I figured we were both busy with school and work and all that, so I wasn't sure how to get in touch with you. Anyway, my excuses were feeble at best, but Rafi remained just as chipper as ever. Oh, there we go. I was like, it wasn't moving. Rafi. Oh. But you thought about me, at least. Whew, that's a relief. Glad I wasn't just a poor, forgotten soul. Imagine little old me being just lost forever in the depths of your mind. He draws out his last words dramatically, then sticks his tongue out at me. He delivers his quibs with the same energy I remembered from childhood. But with all that's happened, they would take some getting used to again. And now that I verbalized it, I guess I did think about him from time to time. Honestly, more than that, hell, I was thinking about him this morning. How could I not, given how close we'd been? I think I was putting off our meeting because I had expected it to be painful. I had expected anger or tears but we really seemed to be picking up where we left off. Well, I'm surprised I haven't seen you around. Let's redo that one. Well, I'm surprised I haven't seen you around then. I always go on afternoon walks, and I feel like I almost know everyone that lives here. Well, I don't get out tongue-tied. Well, I don't get out that often. Oh, I bet. Let me guess. A grocery haul once a month. Hey, come on. It hurts, 'cause it's true. I try to mumble something witty in response, but it falls flat. I'm right, aren't I? I still don't understand why you choose to stay in when your parents are always letting you go out whenever. Well, it becomes a lot less special when you can do it anytime, you know? Sure, but I'm having that freedom beats being trapped in the house every weekend of your childhood. He was right. When we were kids, he spent pretty much every weekend stuck upstairs in his room. Every Saturday, I would always try to sneak him a treat through his window. I would buy two of some new candy the mall was carrying, and we would walkie-talkie each other from across the street, critiquing our little snacks like we were on TV. He got really good at catching candy from his second floor window. That was our Saturday night ritual. He'd always eat dinner extra fast, so he'd have more time to enjoy his secret dessert with me. But now, it seems like we've completely switched our house leaving habits. How ironic. Simpler times, huh? I don't miss them that much. I don't miss them as much as you. You were probably the only thing that made it bearable back then. I can feel my face warming up. I hadn't expected such a compliment. Ha! You're blushing. I can't believe I can see it through your fur. He reaches out to playfully poke my cheek, but I bat his paw away, more amused than annoyed. He sticks his tongue out at me again, then switches his tail slowly. So, what did you get up to once you left? He always did have a talent for tonal whiplash. Guess that hasn't changed either. Well, nothing much. Moved to a new city, went to a new high school with new people. I bet you were super popular. Everyone here loved you. One look at his face told me that he wasn't being sarcastic. Are you kidding? You were always the popular one. It wasn't a contest, I promise. We all missed you lots after you moved. I don't believe you. But anyway, my new school was really different. Way bigger. Even the teachers were overwhelmed by the size of our classes. I mean, I guess I made a few new friends, but I never really connected with anyone there. To be honest, I was counting down the days till I could move away to college. Back then, I just wanted to be somewhere else. And has that changed? I pushed the thought away. And was it better? College, I mean? And was it better? College, I mean? Yeah, it was. This is gonna sound cheesy, but it helped me find myself a bit, you know? Rafi's ears perked up and his smile widens. So, Faze, tell me, who are you? He mimes a microphone and holds it up to my face. Well, the truth was that I realized I was queer. It's not like I really tried to keep it a secret anymore, but something about telling Rafi was giving me pause. Maybe the rush of old feelings and old fears. I clear my throat. Well, I figured out that We both jumped as something slams into the front door. What was that? Rafi leaps off the couch and speeds over to the door, leaning in to peer through the peephole. Oh, it's just Theo and Artemis, and his friend. The door swings open to reveal Theo, or more accurate, Theo's arms, holding two huge boxes. Ralphie and I back away from the door, letting him stumble into the house. He sets down the boxes near the coat rack, clearly out of breath. What is all this? As Theo catches his breath, I hear a soft, timid squeak. A scaly, crusted head pops into view behind Theo's hunched form. What kind of voice do you think we need for this character? Should we go with a kind of nerdy voice? A little more like, oh, sorry, that's my stuff. I wasn't sure if bringing all this over was going to be okay. Something like that? Or is that too much? You want a deep voice with a scaly? A deeper one, like so? I suppose going with the classic nerd with glasses voice is maybe a little much for this character, but that's where my brain goes. Anybody else have any ideas, suggestions? Before we get going, and I just pick a voice and that's what we do? Going once. Going twice. Alright. Oh, sorry. That's my stuff. I wasn't sure if bringing all this was okay, but everyone insisted, and I figured that I would want my monitor set up here if I was going to be here a while, but I really didn't want to be a nuisance, and maybe we'll do that. Maybe we do that voice. I really didn't want to be a nuisance. The flustered dino gets cut off by another voice, silky and smooth. Ooh, what's this character? Hey, relax. We already said it was alright for you to bring your things. I hate how it doesn't show me the character first. Hey, relax. We already said it was alright for you to bring your things. Is that silky and smooth? That's not silky and smooth. Hey, relax. We already said it was alright for you to bring your things. We'll find out. I'm gonna grab Hunter to help with these. There's no way I'm carrying them upstairs without him. Oh, okay. I don't think giving a deep voice to that character works. As Theo steps in and starts removing his coat, the source of the velvety voice comes into view. A bird. Some kind of blue jay was my guess, but he looks like he just came from some crazy music concert, and with only a light coat draped over his shoulders. How is he not cold in that? Both the dino and the bird are holding boxes. The dino's mostly taken up by a massive computer monitor, and the bird's filled with miscellaneous items. Oh, before I forget. Faze, Rafi, this is Oliver. Theo gestures to the dino, who gives me a nervous grin. Theo then indicates the bird. And this is Artemis. The bird nods at me once, adjusting the box in his talons. Rafi, I think you and Artemis know each other already. Rafi gives Artemis a grin and a wave, and the bird responds with the slightest hint of a smile. Hope you guys don't hear me drinking, but if you do, if it does come over on the microphone, I'm drinking tea to help with my voice right now. They'll both be staying with us as we wait out the storm. It's nice to meet you both. Theo then excuses himself to grab the mysterious hunter, who I still have yet to meet. Rafi moves to shut the door behind us, scooping up one of the boxes and springing up the stairs after Leo. Hey, we have guests! Artemis lets out a comical sigh. That dog has too much energy. One of these days his treads will wear out. I don't know. I clear my throat. Quietly, gearing up once again for small talk. So, you do know Rafi, then? When did you two meet? I remember him saying he texted you earlier. I moved here pretty recently, but I always see him going for walks, and he usually invites me to join him. Yeah, maybe that voice. Typical dog behavior. Artemis starts to make his way to the couch as he talks, and Oliver and I follow. The bird and I both sit. Oliver gently pokes at one of the cushions with a claw, testing it, then joins us in front of the fire. Yeah, that does sound like Rafi. Always looking to make friends. By the way, you're Faze, right? The same Faze we went to school with? He mentioned you once or twice. Another twinge of guilt, though not as strong as before. After all, Rafi hadn't really seemed upset earlier. Yeah, that's me. Nice. I'm usually garbage with names, so apologies in advance if I forget. No worries. Can I just make sure I got your names right, too? I point at the blue jay. Artemis. Yep. And Oliver, right? The dino doesn't respond immediately. He shuffles a little in his seat, looking like he's deciding whether or not to correct me. Sorry, I'm wrong, aren't I? No. I can see the gears in his head. Oh, I can see the gears in his head turning. But, you can just call me Ollie-o. But, you can just call me Ollie, though. If you want. With Theodore in the room, I guess I just wanted to introduce myself properly first. Rather than just start with nicknames. I don't know why, but I am struggling with trying to come up with a good voice for Ollie. I don't like it. Because, well, you know, he's our senior, right? I didn't want to lead with such a childish nickname. The dino loses steam as he talks, and his long-winded explanation trails off into a mumble. Artemis cocks his head inquisitively. You know, he goes by Theo, right? Does he? Ollie seems genuinely surprised by this. He begins gnawing on a talent thoughtfully. And he's not that much older than we are. What is he, 30-something? He's still got a few more years before assisted living. Damn. I can't help but snort at Artemis's joke, hiding my laughter behind a paw. He gives me a small wink, amusement plain in his eyes. Really? But he seems to have his shit together. Ollie mumbles, stuffing his claws deep into his hoodie pocket. Well, I still think Ollie is a cute name, and Theo's a chill guy. I wouldn't worry about it. Artemis speaks firmly, but not harshly, and Ollie nods softly in response. From the look of it, these two have known each other for quite a while. Something about their dynamic feels very comfortable, very lived in. If it matters, I agree. They both look at me, Ollie in surprise, Artemis in gratitude. I'll admit I don't know Theo that well, but I don't think he's the judgy type. He wouldn't have invited us all to stay otherwise. And I also think Ollie is a cute name. Ugh, thanks. Drizzle, hi Drizzle. Welcome. The conversation is suddenly interrupted by two sets of paws coming down the stairs. Alright everyone, last introduction. Theo stands aside to reveal a raccoon with a warm, goofy smile. He raises his paw to wave, his t-shirt rippling over a layer of bulky, well-built muscle beneath. Ooh, what kind of voice should we go with Hunter? I get the feeling he's kind of the jock type. Anybody have any suggestions from the chat? Talk to you later, Eric. Thank you for stopping by. And thank you again for helping this earlier, at the beginning of this. Anybody? Going once? Drizzle? Alright. Going once, going twice. Alright, I'm gonna pick a voice then. Yo, name's Hunter. I'm in town for winter break. Maybe we'll go with that one. Hunter. Yo, name's Hunter. I'm in town for winter break, but... He gestures to the window. Well, we all know how that's going. Anyway, I heard there were boxes for me to carry. I figured he was an athlete of some sort. Judging from his physique and mention of winter break, he looks too built to just be a casual gym goer, at least. I wonder what his workout routine is, for him to look like that. Artemis speaks up and motions to the boxes on the floor. We just need help with these three. The other one is mine. Sweet! Something to lift. Let me just... Dark Knight Dawn. This is Promises to Keep. It's a visual novel. Well, it's a visual novel game. I watch him hoist two boxes up in the air, effortlessly. Hello, Ty. Welcome. I'll come back for the screen. Don't want to damage that. I can plainly see the relief on Ollie's face. Oh, sorry. I didn't get y'all's names. Yep, I picked the great boys because of y'all. Oh, sorry. I didn't get y'all's names. Artemis. Oliver. Ollie stops mid-word, eyes flickering to Theo and back. Out of the corner of my eye, I see Artemis raise an eyebrow. And I'm FaZe. Great to meet y'all. Be back in a sec. He follows Theo back upstairs. Each step he takes is as light and careful as when he came down. It was like the boxes didn't weigh anything to him. Did he really say sweet? Something to lift? What a guy. His tone is snarky, but not malicious. Showing off, I guess. Ollie chuckles nervously. But I mean, he was nice enough to carry all the stuff I brought, so... Gosh, I really should have just left most of it behind if I had... Ollie. Artemis interrupts him gently. Theo said it was fine, remember? And you saw how excited Hunter was to have something heavy to carry. You practically did him a favor. Ollie seems to settle slightly in his seat, his nervousness abating somewhat. Right, sorry. Nope. That gets a real laugh out of Ollie, showing off a mouthful of razor-sharp teeth. The bird looks up from his phone and makes eye contact with me. This is a little game me and Ollie play sometimes. Whenever he apologizes unnecessarily, I just say nope. It does help, actually. Well, until I forget again. Yeah, until you forget again. Don't worry, I'll keep doing it. I hear Hunter come back down the stairs, without Theo this time. Hey, Ollie, Theo wants to show you your room. I can see Ollie freeze up as he hears his nickname, but he tries his best to play it off. Oh, coming! I'll come too. FaZe, you joining us? I think I'll hang here a bit more. Might be nice to have a moment to myself. Artemis gives me a lazy thumbs up and rises from the couch. He stretches his wings out a bit, then bends over to grab his box. Well, see you later then. And just like that, the living room goes quiet again. I exhale. Remember to breathe, FaZe, and settle back into the couch cushions. I hadn't really been prepared for meeting so many people in such a short time. And for reconnecting with an old friend, too. Hi, Cal. Welcome. I take a moment to relish the silence, knowing it will be in short supply in the coming days. Sure enough, it isn't long before more paw steps echo in the stairwell. I hear some audio coming from a phone, followed by a familiar soft giggle. Then Rafi hops off the second to last step and comes into view. Hey, FaZe, what you up to? He makes his way to the couch and plops down, laying leisurely on his back. Just taking a breath. I didn't think I'd see so many new faces today. I know, right? Isn't it exciting? Isn't it exciting? Well, I mean, yes. But it's also exhausting. I chuckle a little and it turns into a yawn. I instinctively curl into the soft couch cushions. Okay, sleepyhead. Enjoying your peace and quiet down here? I curl up even more, a mischievous smile spreading across my face. Sure am. No orange dogs barking my ear off. I study him carefully, testing the waters. But to my relief, he commits to the bit, letting out an exaggerated gasp and throwing a dramatic paw over his forehead. Then gives me a cute pout, accompanied by the softest set of puppy dog eyes. How rude! And here I was about to invite you to hang with me until dinner. I sit up, clearly a little interested. I was gonna go play a video game, lay around, you know? Just as I'm about to respond, we hear more paw steps on the stairwell. Hey, you two, just here to grab the last box. Rafi and I both wave to him. FaZe, you met Hunter, right? Just a few minutes ago, yeah. Hunter bends down to scoop up the cargo. Yup, we're best friends already. Wow, FaZe, for someone who leaves the house once a month, you seem to make friends pretty quickly. I force a smile, wincing internally. If only he knew how wrong he was. Hey, maybe they've got all the practice they need. 100% friend rate whenever they meet someone new. They both laugh, bouncing off each other's energy. The two of them together are silly, but I could see them being a bit much, too. Oh, dang! Hunter points to one last box lying forgotten near the door. There's another monitor in that box? Hey, FaZe, want to grab that one for me? I don't want to carry too many fragile things at once. And now you're stealing FaZe from me? How could you? He nudges me playfully. See, I told you were always the popular one. You can have them back after they help with the boxes. We all gotta do our part around here, right? Welcome, Jax. I can tell he's joking, but the comment still sends a jolt of guilt down my spine. Of course I'll help. Once we get this settled, then... I'm interrupted by Theo shouting down the stairwell. Hunter, you get that box yet? Oh, that's our cue. We're coming! We're coming, Theo! I scurry over and grab the remaining box, surprised by its unexpected weight. Hunter turns to Rolfie, who's now making himself comfy on the couch, absorbed in his phone. Don't have too much fun by yourself now. Mates, thank you so much for the follow. Cart, thank you also for the follow. Thank you so much. Salty Wolf, welcome. What? No, I'm coming too. He sticks out his tongue at Hunter and, in record time, jumps off the couch and zips past him up the stairs. And there he goes. Y'all know, I always said he should try out for track. You two know each other? I feel like I'm doing a bad job keeping up here. Yeah, same college. I mean, he graduated, obviously, but we were buds. Makes sense. They seemed way too comfortable around each other to have just met today. should ask them about that sometime. Anyway, we're needed at the front line. Hunter bounds upward, humming a jaunty tune. As I start to follow, I take a moment to adjust my grip on the box, and my eyes fall on the numerous photos adorning the stairwell halls. Many of them were of, presumably, Theo's childhood, days spent camping, playing in the yard at the amusement park. One in particular catches my eye. Aww. A teenage Theo. Lankier and less tired looking. And a tall, broad-shouldered woman, another Arctic fox, standing side by side in front of a new car. Maybe him and his mom? They look very alike in the photo. Same fluffy white fur, similar face and snout. Someone had written in neat clipped cursive in the bottom left corner of the photo. Theo's 17th birthday, 2005. Theo was a cute kid, huh? I chuckle softly, adjusting my box again. So sorry, got distracted. Scylla, welcome. Hey, no worries. Maybe he can ask about it some of these days. Hey, no worries. Maybe we can ask him about it some of these days. Why? Hey, no worries. Maybe we can ask him about some of these later. We'll have plenty of time to kill. I glance back at the photo of him and the woman. Their smiles are wide, bright, and unabashed. Unabashedly joyful. I don't know why that was so hard. Come on, man. Let's not keep him waiting any longer. Sorry. I turn and follow Hunter's swinging ringtail up the stairs. At the top, we find Theo leaning against the wall, phone in paw. Still looking for others to join? Theo looks up as we clear the top of the stairs. Oh, yeah, I'm just making sure no one else needs anything before it gets dark out. Hunter grins. You're a good egg, Theo. I nod heartily in agreement. Yeah, it's awesome that you're looking out for so many people. We all really appreciate it. Oh, well, He clears his throat, his voice a little huskier than normal. It's nothing, really. This is a big place. Might as well put it to use. And it has everything. Wi-Fi, food, electricity. Hunter fakes a little shiver. Heating. Who wouldn't want to live here? I suppress a chuckle and roll my eyes at the Rafi-like performance. Well, I'm happy you're making it yourselves at home. Oliver's staying in that room down the hall. Rafi already ran past, as I'm sure you noticed. Right on cue, I hear his muffled roof of laughter. Theo leads us over and knocks gently to announce our presence. Come in. Theo pushes the door open. Artemis is sitting in the middle of the floor, chatting with Rafi while he unpacks. Gwen, welcome. Oh, or did you just leave? Ollie, on the other hand, is scurrying around the room, holding 5 trailing cables in one hand and his phone in the other, muttering to himself.
Let's just put this here, and this cable should go in the desk. And oh gosh, who's texting me right now all the time?
We interrupting anything? Oliver, are you finding everything you need? Ollie doesn't reply, now engrossed in answering his phone. He's just getting organized. As hard as that is to believe. I'd say he'd be moving faster. I'd say he moves faster than me, which y'all know is pretty fast. Artemis gives Rafi a look. Yeah, I don't get the point of inviting me on walks if you're going twice the speed the whole time. I slow down for you sometimes. How magnanimous. I am forever in your debt. How magnanimous. I am forever in your debt. We're going with that. I'm not trying to say it again. Though I'm enjoying their banter, and I can tell Theo is too, the heavy box is starting to take its toll on my arms. I open my mouth but struggle to break into the conversation. I sneak a glance at Hunter, but predictably, he doesn't seem to be struggling in the slightest. Anyway, that's good to hear. Just wanted to check in. Artemis, have you taken a look around your space yet? I know it's a basement, but I promise it's actually pretty comfortable. It's perfect for me. I don't need a lot of space. My eyes dart around the room, looking for a proper space to put this thing down. I rearrange my grip and feel a jolt of pain through my wrist. Great. It was nice of you to trade rooms with Oliver. I suppose it can get a little chilly down there. Whoa. You never showed me that kind of benevolence, Artie. I just know he'll be more comfortable up here. He can tell pretty minute. He can tell pretty minute differences in temperature. He gets anxious without any windows, too. Reaching my limit, I open my mouth to say something. But at that moment, I feel the box start to slip out of my paw. Before I can react, the handle slides neatly from my grip and drops like a stone. Oh, fuck! I see a flash of movement as Hunter lunges just in time. In a split-second reaction, he shifts his box into his right arm and leans into a half squat, perfectly catching the falling item from beneath. Whew! Warn me next time you're about to drop an expensive piece of tech. For a terrible moment, I just stand there, feeling the stares of everyone in the room boring into me. Even Ollie snapped out of his intense focus to watch. My ears flatten tight against my head. Oh God, I'm sorry. My voice breaks the spell, and Ollie zooms over to us, snatching the lid off the box and peering inside. He lets out a deep breath. Don't worry about it. Nothing's broken. Thank God. I was just holding it fine and No, please, don't apologize. No harm done. Really. Ollie smiles and meets my eyes, and incredibly, I believe him. I smile back gratefully. Yeah, no harm done. I was just messing with you. Although I hope you know I can't hold this pose forever. Oh, sorry. Ollie hops over to the desk, swiping a number of objects off onto the floor. Ollie, I just organized the stuff you put there.
You can leave both of them here on the desk. Thank you so much.
Hunter straightens with ease, languidly walks the 2 boxes over, and turns to Theo. Need anything else, boss? Nope, that's it for now. Though, we'll call you if that changes. Always at your service. Hunter walks out to the hallway, motioning for me to follow. Hey, I'm gonna head back to my room and relax a little. Wanna join? You wanna join? Golfy gasps in mock indignation, and is at my side in an instant, clutching my arm.
I knew you were trying to steal Faze from me.
Ah, yes. Rafi's famous puppy dog eyes. As deadly as always. Wah, easy! Wah! Easy there, I'm no thief! Hello, Blaze, the fox, welcome. We can always just hang out in my room, the more the merrier, right? But there's this new game I want to try out, and I only have 2 controllers. I open my mouth to ask why we can't just take turns. And then I realize he wants to spend more time with me alone, just the 2 of us playing video games, like back in the old days. Hunter laughs and leans forward, committing to Rafi's bit. Don't be greedy, Rafi. You 2 have known each other for... You 2 have known each other... Oh, there's a spelling error there. I was like, why am I reading this weird? You 2 have known each other for so long. Faze and I have just make up for the most time. For so long. Faze and I have to make up for the lost time. The raccoon gives a knowing look, a twinkle of amusement in his eye. Seems like someone wants some one-on-one time with you, Faze. But for real, it's your choice. Just know my door's always open, too. Rafi giggles, breaking character for a moment, before snapping back into the lethal pout. Oh, of course. Feel free to leave poor old Rafi behind. Those eyes used to destroy me. But now I can see his laughter behind them. I don't think he'll actually be mad if I go hang out with Hunter for an hour or 2. After all, we'll all have plenty of time to spend together over the next few days, or however long it takes. Blaze, thank you so much for the like. It really was my choice. Alright, everybody, or whoever is on the chat right now, who should we hang out with? Rafi, our old friend, or Hunter, the buff athlete guy that we just met? Anybody? Blaze, who do you think we should hang out with? It looks like it's just you and me. Boop, 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 boop. Going once. Going twice. No answers from the chat. No responses from the chat, so let's pick Rolfie, because we already said we would hang out with him. I had only just started catching up with Rolfie and was looking forward to spending more time with him. I can't resist those eyes for long. Rafi literally jumps for joy, arms in the air, cheers. Yes! I finally have someone to try this game with. My room's this way. Come on, come on! And with that, Rafi skips off down the hall and disappears into a doorway. Sorry, Hunter. Hope you don't mind. The raccoon's eyes are full of mirth. He doesn't seem upset at all. Hey, don't worry about it. You two go have your fun. We're all going to be stuck in the same house anyway, so I'm sure we'll get the chance to hang. Hit me up whenever. You gotta do me just one favor, though. Crush him at the game for me. There's nothing I'd like more. The raccoon gives me a thumbs up and starts off down the hallway, hopping from paw to paw, jumping to touch the ceiling with each movement. I approach the door where Rafi disappeared and knock on the frame. Oh, just get in here. Didn't you see me walk in? I was just trying to be polite. Come on, how long have we known each other? I haven't changed that much, you know. He didn't have to tell me that. So far, the only difference was his height. I was always taller than him growing up, but now, Rafi waves at me from the bed. Rafi waves at me from the bed, limbs splayed on top of the simple brown comforter and white pillows. The bright winter daylight shines through his window, and I take a good look around the room. In stark contrast to Ollie's room, it looks practically untouched. I just spot a handheld suitcase in the corner and neatly zipped up a backpack lying against the wall, and a laptop charging on the desk. He really didn't bring much. What? The gorgeous layout of my room got your tongue? I'm just a bit surprised you didn't bring more stuff over. I have everything I need. Though, a bed, a desk, and chair, TV, a window, a bathroom, water, and electricity. What more could you want in a living space? I do remember him being a pretty simple dog. His old room was incredibly plain, which I found ironic for someone as bright and energetic as him. I'm actually not sure if that was his preference or his parents'. Either way, I guess old habits die hard. Anyway, if you're done commenting on my lack of personal belongings, we have a video game to play. I watch Rafi prance around the room, swapping between his backpack and suitcase. He bounds back to me and holds out 2 controllers. Player 1 or 2? Player 1, of course. Instinct takes over then, and we both plop ourselves down on the floor in front of the TV, just like we'd done a million times before. Let me get some tunes going. I game better with music on. What do you listen to these days? You'll see. He presses play on his music app. A soft melody accompanied by a gentle tapping beat. Quite cozy music. Fitting. The game boots up. It's a battle royale type, but Rafi just sets it to local multiplayer so we can get a feel for the controls. We're both quiet at first, laser focused on learning the game. The silence doesn't bother me like it normally does, though, honestly, I feel just as comfortable around him now as I did back then. Despite his crazy antics and his jolly nature, he's pretty good at creating a warm, cozy environment. Figuratively and literally. If Eventually, I break the silence first. Remember these games? Remember when these video game nights used to be a commodity? For me, you mean? You got to game whenever you wanted. What about all our productive study sessions at my place? I literally can't believe my parents never caught on. For such helicopter parents, they could be pretty oblivious at times. Rafa used to come over 2 or 3 times a week to study at my house. He'd usually finish his homework long before I did, and I'd always find him glued to the TV, while I scrambled to catch up with him. Well, I guess they always found other excuses to ground you. Like the fake Monreal fiasco. Wow, that brought some memories back. Fake Mon trading cards were a huge thing at our elementary and middle school, but I'd forgotten all about them. Rafa used to hide all his cards in his locker before going home. It all came flooding back to me now. At some point in middle school, our friend group had each bought a mystery card pack for a group unboxing session. Most of us got common, low-value cards, typical pack fillers. But Rafi ended up pulling a card worth nearly $500. We all lost our minds. For our group of preteens, $500 was unfathomable. The ironic thing was, of course, he had to keep it a secret. There was no way he could tell his parents about the card. A couple of us offered to help him sell it, but he wouldn't part with it. That is, until his parents found out about the collection. He managed to sneak the rare card to me ahead of time, but the rest of his deck wasn't so lucky. They threw every single one of his cards in the trash and grounded him for weeks. Remembering his distraught face makes my blood boil. Here, hold on a second. I got something to show you. Rafi pauses the game and gives me a knowing grin, hopping up to grab his backpack. No way. I see him unzip a side pocket and reach into the bag. Then I hear another zipper. Secret pocket? You know it! I see him pull a small card case out of his bag. Ta-da! In perfect condition. He hands the case to me with the single card inside, the holographic Charizard card. Oh, that can't say that. That's copyright, right? The holographic Charizard card, looking the same as it did the day he pulled it. Wow! I can feel a goofy smile start to spread across my face. For some reason, knowing that he was able to hang onto it just makes me so happy. You'll never guess how much it's valued at now. You're right, I won't. How much? Look it up. I roll my eyes. He could just tell me, but he obviously wants to drag out the realization. Silly pup. 75,000? Rafi, that's life-changing money. Pretty cool, right? Cool? I mean, yeah, I guess, but that's just an insane amount of money for one card. Yeah, sure, but I mean, why haven't you sold it yet? Don't wanna. I would kill for an extra $75K in my pocket. Hey, don't get any ideas. It holds a lot of sentimental value for me, and I'm not really in need of money to the point where I'd want to trade this for cash. I guess that makes sense. I remember the happiness I felt when I learned he still had it. Hello, Willow. Welcome. Wait, I never asked. What kind of job do you have? Well, I was a biology major, so... Doctor? No, no, I could never. I don't want to be in debt for the rest of my life. I went to PA school and became a physician's assistant. You operate under a doctor's supervision but do a lot of the same medical things they do, sacrificing a bit of autonomy for a shorter education. It's usually 2 years post college for PA compared to over 8 years for doctors. Well, sure, but I didn't think your parents would let you become anything other than a doctor. Well, they weren't happy. They hated that I went to the PA route instead of med school. But you just kept on trucking? Rafi nods. Willow, it is called Promises to Keep. At some point, I have to live my life, you know? Huh. I never thought I'd hear that from him. When we were kids, he was so obedient. Always so frightened of what his parents would think. Maybe he has changed in more ways than I thought. And really, the money isn't that bad. Wow. Or how much, if you don't mind me asking? I could buy 2 hollow char lizard cards a year with my salary, if my math is right. His math was always right. Okay. So he was making bank. Got it. Isn't that bad? You're probably out earning everyone on the street. He giggles. Okay. It's a good gig, I admit. He picks up his controller again. Mind if we get back to the game? I mean, I had more questions, but sure. Sorry to pry. Nah, you're good. Ralphie unpauses and the room goes quiet again. Alrighty. We are going to stop there for the day. Bam. It was so awesome, guys. Thank you so much for those of you that came onto the live, interacted. Remember, in future lives, I will be relying on you, the audience, for choices as we go through the choices throughout the game, and as well as some of the new character voices and things like that. But thank you so much for hanging out, for checking out the live. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you're not already. And if you're interested in any other further support, take a look at my link tree and you can see Patreon, further ways to potentially support if you wish to do so. Otherwise, thank you so much for your support. Thank you. And we'll see you all here in about 40 minutes for the question of the day. And if I don't see you there, then maybe I will see you Friday at the next Storytime with Faze as we continue Promises to Keep. Thank you and have a great rest of your day. Bye.